Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel of Hamsi. So if you're watching this channel for the first time, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you like the content, so please press the like button. And thank you each and everyone who are supporting this channel, and I wish everyone to subscribe. And this is the video about the question paper model of human anatomy and physiology 1 and the revision of the question paper, and this is from Love Hamsi. Thank you. And now in this video, I want to cover all 2 marks and 5 marks, and as usual, I'll tell you what are the inclusion of 2 and 5 marks and what questions may repeat as the 10 marks. Okay, so first from Unit 1, what are the levels of formation of complete organ system? So, see, this is the 2 marks levels of organizations, like from like atom, molecule, and from then to the cell, tissue, and tissue to the organ system. So there is the like pattern, no? So that is the answer for this. And before starting this, if you want any answers to the question, so make sure to comment. And if you know the answers for these questions, so just make sure to comment the answers in the comment box, please. I can know that how many of you know the answer. What is homeostasis? And name any 2 important homeostasis conditions in our regulatory system. And I have given the examples, like the examples of some of the homeostasis. So homeostasis means maintenance of equilibrium conditions within our body, work and function. Like what are the necessary things, like temperature regulation is one of the most, and blood pressure also, and blood glucose levels, especially to the diabetes mellitus. What is cell junction, and what are 4 main cell junctions in our body? So we already know that cell and junction, so the gap between each and every cell, that is known as the cell junction, but you should write in a particular definition, right? And also, what are the 4 main cell junctions in our body? So I have given the examples, and try to write a note about it, and write the differences between the animal cell and plant cell with diagrammatic. And this is the question which may ask by the paper representatives. So don't try to write the mitochondria in the plant cell and animal cell. So there is some variations like centrioles, and chloroplast, and these two differences which are only present in the plant cell and but not in the animal cells and plastids. So try to be these differences. If you know, it's good. And write the detailed note about the functions of different cell organelles, and write, and the cell consists of many organelles, right? So write in each and every function of the cell organelle, and you know that there is a particular name regarding that cell organelle, right? uh, we can say lysosomes are suicidal bags, and we can also say mitochondria as the powerhouse of the cell. And you know that master of the cell is nucleus, so try to mention that names also, okay, those names also. And write the classification of different transports across cell membrane, explain about each process. So this is one of the most important question, so try to write what are the ways of transport across the cell membrane or plasma membrane, and explain, and also classify. It's better to classify and also explain each process. So I have given the examples here, it seems. And write the definition of the active transport system and examples and classify. So write the active transport systems and the types and also examples, and general principles of cell communication. This is one of the most important question that generally some used to leave this question, but don't try to leave this, and try to concentrate whether they may give this question for 2 marks, so it's better to read, right? And write a detailed note on contact dependent. So the principles, see here, paracrine, synaptic, and endocrine. And next question is classify the tissue. Write the location of epithelial, muscular, nervous, connective tissue. And this is the most important question regarding the paper representation, and try to study the diagrammatic representation also for each and every tissue, and also application of the muscular nervous connective. Okay, and represent, see the schematic of each and every tissue of each classification. And unit 2, so where I kept the star marks, and try to read that well, and as well as which I have not kept the star marks, so try to make a note on that. I mean, how much you know regarding that question. Draw the integumentary structure and functions with detailed notes on part representation. You know that integumentary is nothing but the skin, okay? And they don't ask you directly like straight as representation of skin. They ask you like integumentary system, okay? And classify the types of bones according to the axial and appendicular skeletal system. See, classify according to the axial and appendicular skeletal system, especially the functions. So try to mention the functions of each and every bone like as much as possible, especially the functions. And next, physiology of the muscular contract. So see, this is, sorry, this is muscle contraction. See, this is the muscle contraction. Without the intimation of this question, there's maximum no preparation. So try to remember, like, how can I say you, like globin, myosin. So try to remember muscle contraction process, the schematic representation of the neuromuscular joints and types of joint movements and its articulations, and write the number of bones and functions of bones, write the classification of bones, salient features of bones, how a bone modification can lead to the structural representation. So this is the general question, how a bone modification can lead to the structural representation. Write the composition of the blood and functions of blood within the biological system. Write the hemopoiesis. Write the major difference between homeostasis and hemopoiesis. So generally don't confuse that hemopoiesis and homeostasis is entirely different. Okay. And what is anemia? Write the different types of anemia like aplastic anemia and pernicious anemia. So that anemias are there, no? So try to mention that. Okay. And what are the reasons? And this is a general question, but you should concentrate. What are the reasons for anemia, and how can one can cure from anemia? And what are the reasons? I mean, how can a person get cured from anemia? Write the detailed note of formation of hemoglobin and also the hemoglobin, and what is RH factor. Write the history in one line, and write the history of RH factor in one line. Like it is obtained from the rhesus factor of monkey, we will say, no. So that's the history. And in 1940s were discovered. So write to write, and who was discovered that, okay, in one line. Right, what is RH positive and RH negative, and what is our reticuloendothelial system, what is lymphatic circulation and diagrammatic representation, and classify the peripheral nervous system. Write the difference between the sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, and especially try to write the schematic representation. And I will post the diagram for the representation of the sympathetic and parasympathetic according to the functions as well as the diagrams in the community. Okay, write a note on spinal and cranial nerves. Draw the diagram of the eye and the function of eye, and write the detailed note of each part. And same for ear, so same as per ear. And in this video I want to conclude you that unit 5 is one of the most important unit. So try to make sure concentrate on it, unit 1, 2 and 5, and most and remaining are also important, but don't try to neglect anything. Okay, they may ask how they want. Okay, and draw the internal structure and external structure of the heart with parts. And see, internal structure is entirely different from the external structure of the heart. So while you're drawing it, so make sure to keep in your mind that internal structure, you have to represent the SA node and Purkinje fibers and arterioventricular node and bundle of His. So try to remember the order: SA node, AV node and Purkinje fibers and bundle of His. Okay, it's better good. And write a detailed note on circulation of blood across the vessels, and that is nothing but the blood circulation. Okay, and what is cardiac output, and mention the definition and formula for OC, and what is the activity of the OC. OC is nothing but cardiac out. Generally I have written it OC, but try to make that as CO, cardiac output. I'm sorry for that. And what are the disorders of the heart and reasons for how to cure it. And remember, disorders of the heart, like like angina pectoris and atherosclerosis, and like just heart failure, and what not remaining are also there, no? So try to make a note on that, and reasons how it occur and how to cure also. See, in single question there is three types of questions. So disorders is one question, reason and how to cure it, okay? And a schematic representation of DCG is, it is one of the most important question, okay? So thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe, and if you want any answers for the, make sure to comment. I'll make a video. Thank you.